morning. Welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Yeah, I can dig it. Alright, check this out. Time and time again, I try to teach you guys, especially the do-it-yourselfers, about different ways to diagnose a vehicle. You got to think outside the box. You can't keep yourself limited. You can't do that, or you won't. You know, I'm sad to say, you won't make a great mechanic. People think that you got this diagnostic equipment and that's all it's going to take, and that's all you got to need. That you don't. Look in the Haynes manual, look on the Mitchell program, look in all data. They teach you thousands and thousands of ways of diagnosing things without using it, and they're more effective. For example, okay, I'm gonna give you a good example. I got a good friend that has diabetes, and before, that's all he knew is he had to go to the doctor and put him on these prescription pills for the rest of his life. And then he started looking into other avenues, eating right, exercising, and now he don't even take the pills no more. You got to think outside the box if you're gonna make a positive effectiveness on your life and other people's lives. Today we're about to get out of here. We're about to go check out a P0505. Now this is going to be a good example. It's going to be a great video of what I'm talking about. Check this out. There's actually 4 ways to diagnose the P0505. We're going to be doing it on a Dodge van. And before we even get there, before we leave out of here, check it out. Number 1 way is, you get these mechanics who can't think outside the box and say, listen, you gotta hook up your scanner, you gotta go into bi-directional support, and you gotta control the idle in that way. That tells you right there whether the motor's bad or the wiring. But in the long run, if you're doing that and that idle don't go up and down, you're going back to the square one. The number 1 diagnostic tool out there is me. Alright? You got to remember that. So I'm going to tell you the 4 ways. But that's number 1. And still, it's not a good way. I'm sorry, it's not a good way. Because if you're doing that and the idle don't go up and down, you're going to go back to these other 3 ways without the diagnostic equipment. So I'm going to teach you that way. So we're about to get out of here. And it is crucial. You got to be able to think outside the box. You got to do that. You got to be able to know there's different avenues of doing things to repairing a vehicle other than one. Because if you're stuck in that one way, you're not going to be good. You're not. You're going to be lost. All right. So that's what I'm about. All right. All right. Okay. Before I even pull the equipment and get over there, the number 2 way is by another scan tool, the Vantage Pro, the Vantage Ultra, any kind of oscilloscope or digital multimeter sometimes can check this out. That's another way. You've seen me use that a couple times. I'm not going to use that. Check that out. I'm going to do it without even using neither one of those two other ways. Alright? So we'll be right back. We're going to get it head up on out of here and show you what it's all about. Alright? We're going to take number 24 today. Man, this thing saves gas. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, here we are. We're at the van. And I already told you the 2 ways out of 4 ways. 1, you can hook up a scan tool that has bi-directional support to be able to control the idle up and down. But, that's put it away. I'm gonna be honest. That's the lazy mechanic's way out, because if you're doing that and you're checking the idle air control, whether you can control it by the computer, if it don't work, you're gonna be going back to these other processes, procedures that I'm about to explain in numbers 3 and 4. Number 2, you can have a Vantage Ultra, Vantage Pro, or any kind of oscilloscope or digital multimeter even to check this out. That's more direct because that's going to bring you right to the connecting on. But what good is going to the connector and you got the wires going to it when you have no idea what you're checking. So now we're going to the other way. If you got either a book, either Haynes, a program, Mitchell on Demand, All Data, or Shilton Manual, they're going to be specific, and they're going to tell you how to check this without having the scan tool or anything. And honestly, that's the best way, because you got that hands-on thing. You know exactly what's going on. All right, in order to be, the reason why Astro Auto Repairs is so good is because, and people think it's all me. It's not all me. It's support. I got a lot of support. I got a team. I got my wife working with me, my mom, my stepdad, my uncle, a few of my friends. You know, they're putting up the videos as we do them. Sometimes they're recording the videos. You know, you got to have a team in doing this, because, you know, that's gonna help you out a heck of a lot. That helps me out a lot, man. So that's all I have to worry about is focus on doing the repairs. Like for this instance, I got me a 2-way radio. I got my wife. She's gonna guide me through the procedures of how to check this. Instead of me having to go here, look up this, go here, go back and forth, I can stay right here on the vehicle. The 2-way radio is a good to have. And you know, let me see if she's ready, and we're gonna start testing this one by one. Okay, let's check. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so here we go. Let's go over here, and she's gonna guide us step by step in how to check this, and then I'm gonna show you the 4th way, which is you're gonna be like, wow, did he just do that? All right, let's get you. And go over here. Now she's going to be looking into a Shilton repair manual that's specifically for this vehicle. You can get them at your local auto parts store. And you know, let me you know what I might do? Let me lower the camera stand and set the camera up so you can see exactly. Here's our idle air control motor. And so you can see me do exactly what's going on. All right, we'll be right back. All right, I got you right there. All right, let's go. Let's get ready. All right, I'm ready. What's the first step?
Okay, make sure the ignition is off and disconnect the idle air control motor connector. The idle air control motor is mounted on throttle body and contains a 4-pin connector.
Okay, let's disconnect that. Okay, ready.
Start engine and allow engine to idle.
Start engine and allow engine to idle. Car's running. I hope you can hear it when she tells us the next instructions. I'll keep the radio closer to you so you can hear what she say. All right, what's next? All right, what's next?
Okay, using the voltmeter, check voltage at terminal D. That's the gray with red wire on idle air control motor connector. And I need to know if voltage is more than 5 volts or not more than 5 volts at any time.
All right, you want to repeat that a little bit because, you know, I couldn't really hear with the engine running. So what I did was shut the engine off and let me hear what the instructions are again. All right, go ahead, read that again.
Okay, using the voltmeter, check voltage at terminal D. That's gray with red wire on idle air control motor connector. And I need to know if voltage is more than 5 volts or not more than 5 volts at any time.
Okay, so let's go over here. Let's get us a voltmeter or a test light, because I know it's 12 volts sometimes. Now, what's very important here is what she said. You got to pay attention to the words. The words is at any time, not 12 volts or 5 volts, more than 5 volts. It's at any time, because an idle air control motor, each of these circuits, it's positive and ground. It's off and on. It's not a constant, so don't look for a constant. A lot of mechanics make that mistake. So we're gonna look for something sometimes on terminal number D. She said gray with a red wire, and we got it right there. All right, so let me go get a multimeter or something, and we're gonna check that out. We'll be right back. All right, as I said, I know it's 12 volts, and get yourself a test light or something. We're gonna take our test light. We're gonna ground it over here, and we're gonna start this back up. And let's check out what she said. Now we're going to check the terminal D, gray with a red wire, and voltage sometimes. Remember that. Now, you got to remember that. You got to pay attention to those words, what they're saying. All right, let's start this vehicle back up. All right, let's go over here and check this wire right here. The ground came off. And you see the light? So we know it's getting that signal. All right, now let's check in and see what's next. All right, yeah, it's got a sometimes.
So voltage is more than 5 volts.
Yeah, because it's just like lighting pretty bright. So, all right, yeah.
Okay, next step is with engine idling using voltmeter. Check voltage at terminal C. That's yellow with black wire on idle air control motor connector. And same thing, I need to know if voltage is more than 5 volts or not more than 5 volts at any time.
Okay, are we doing that with all 4 wires? Hey, Melvin.
Depending on the voltage.
All right, let me check the next one in. Hold on. All right, as she said, we're gonna go with the yellow wire now and check voltage at that. And remember, when I hook the test light up to it, it should be voltage sometimes, not all the time. So let's start this up and check that one. And as you can see, it's flashing, so I know the computer is sending a signal to that yellow wire. So we're good with that. So let's shut this car off so you can hear. All right, yeah, we got it there.
Okay, same thing with engine idling using voltmeter. Check voltage at terminal B. That's brown with white wire on idle air control motor connector. And also same thing. I need to know if voltage is more than 5 volts or not more than 5 volts at any time.
All right, hold on. All right, now we're going to check it looks like it's pretty obvious. We're going to be checking all 4 wires. Let's continue on. Okay, we see that blinking, so we know the computer is controlling that one. Shut it off. All right, now I'm pretty sure she's gonna say the next wire, like purple or something, but let's find out. All right, we're good with that. The next one.
Okay, the next one is checked at terminal A. That's violet with black wire on. Check voltage on terminal A, violet with black wire on idle air control motor connector. And same thing, need to know if it's more than 5 volts or not more than 5 volts at any time.
All right, let's start the vehicle up. Check the last one. All right, as you can see so far, everything is good. We got a good signal, and all 4 of these wires is coming right from the computer. So we know the computer's doing this job up here. So let's find out what our next step is. All right, everything's good with that.
All right, next step is make sure the engine is off. Disconnect PCM connectors. PCM is located on the firewall near brake booster.
All right, hold on. All right, let's go out here up under the hood and let's disconnect the computer. Be right back. All right, on this van, computer's right here on the firewall. So what we're gonna do is unplug it, and you're gonna see like little tabs right there. You can see it behind the hose. And also what we're gonna do is sit here. It's gonna be one tab on the top, one tab on the bottom. So we're gonna squeeze those together and unplug it. So the next step is to unplug the computer. So let's go over here and unplug it. All right, and let's find out what our next step is. All right, we're ready.
Okay, using ohmmeter, check resistance between terminal D, that's gray with red wire on idle air control motor connector, and each remaining terminal on idle air control motor connector.
All right, so now we're going to check the ohms. Now what this is going to check is going to check to see if any of these wires, like all 4 of them going down to the computer, if they're grounding out somewhere, touching each other, any kind of short between this connector and the computer. So let's get us an ohmmeter and check that. All right, we're back, and we got our ohmmeter set up here. And I believe the first test was, let's see, if there's a big resistance. If I touch these two together, so that needle jump all the way up. Now we're not looking for any resistance when we check these wires. And I believe, matter of fact, to be sure, let's find out, go to that test again. All right, you want to repeat that test again?
Ensure the engine is off. Then you disconnected the PCM connectors, right?
Yep.
Using ohmmeter, check resistance between terminal D, that's gray with red wire, on idle air control motor connector, and each remaining terminal on idle air control motor connector. It says this checks for short between number 1 idle air control motor driver circuit and each remaining idle air control motor driver circuit. And I'm going to need to know if it has 5 or more ohms or less than 5 ohms.
All right, you heard that. Let's go over here. Let's adjust this camera a little bit. All right, let's check it out. Terminal D. It's the gray with the red. And what I'm going to do here is check each terminal. Needle didn't budge. Didn't budge. Didn't budge. So we got no resistance around there. All right, no, less than 5. We got no resistance. Or, yeah, no resistance.
It says if resistance is less than 5 ohms on any idle air control motor driver circuit, repair idle air control motor driver circuits that are shorted together.
Okay, no, it's the other one.
All right, 5 or more ohms on idle air control motor driver circuit. Then it says Using the ohmmeter, check resistance between terminal C, that's yellow with black wire, and terminals A and B. A is violet with black wire, and B is brown with white wire on the idle air control motor connector.
Okay, we're checking the next wire now. The yellow with the black. And we're going to check the brown and the violet. Alright, we're good with that. Alright, we're good. I'm pretty sure the next one is checking the brown with the violet, or no?
Yes, checking resistance between terminals A, violet with black wire, and B, brown with white wire.
Okay, we're going to go check that. Now again, if it's shorter than anything, that needle is going to jump up just like that. Like if I was touching two grounds like this, see how the needle jump up. So let's check those two terminals. Now if we had the PCM connected right now, yeah, it would. But that's why they have you disconnect the PCM. And we jump in those two, nothing. Alright, we're good. What's next?
Says if resistance is 5 ohms or more on idle air control motor driver circuits, replace idle air control motor.
Simple as that. There you go. That is the third way of diagnosing P0505. You know, just like I said, now this is coming straight from the manual, and in no way did they say hook up any scan tool or anything. So, you know, stop believing people that you have to hook it up and all that. Alright, now I'm going to show you the fourth and easiest way of checking whether the computer is putting out a signal to this idle air control motor. So what I'm going to do is go out here, I'm going to connect the computer again, connect it back, and we're going to be back with what's called a Noid light. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Now, what I have here is a Noid light to check idle air control, the signal. Not the valve itself, is to check the signal without having to go through all the tests the computer just ran, it had us run. Now, what you want to do is go out and get you an ATD 5612 Noid light set. Now the interesting part about this is this tester that I'm using, if you look up here, the tester right there, this is actually made for GM, the Noid light tester that I'm using, but the connector is pretty much the same on Dodge. So a lot of Fords happen to use the 2-wire connector, but now what this is, these little lights in here, one will flash red, one will flash green. That's let me know that one side is grounded, the other side is not. It's controlling that motor going back and forth. Now again, this is testing the wires from here back to the ECM, and it's letting me know whether the ECM is working. And it's just going to keep on flashing up and down to trying to control the idle. So what we're going to do here is plug this up. We're going to face it to you so you can see it. And then what we're going to do is start the vehicle up and watch the lights. And as you can see, the computer is controlling it. That's the quick way. That's the fourth way and final way of quickly diagnosing. Now, if you notice, both, let me shut this, I'll shut this car off. Now, again, like I said, if you hook up a scanner to this with bidirectional controls and you try to control the idle and it don't control the idle, you're going to be doing this anyway. So why avoid all that and go right to it. That's a perfect diagnosing. All right, we got 2 screws right here on our idle air control valve. So let me get the sockets. They're Torx. We're going to take them out and we're going to put a new one in. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back at the idle air control valve, and what we have here Now you can go to, it's very important you pick a good product. We have here is from, as a federated, it's a standard product, AC68, the idle air control valve. You can probably go to AutoZone, Advance, or one of them and get the same part. You'll pay less than with Fisher. It's just the quality of the part. I'm not trying to put down AutoZone on any of them. I just don't, not too comfortable with their parts, especially electrical parts. Even though if they give a lifetime guarantee, I mean, what good is a lifetime guarantee if I'm replacing it every month? All right, so what we have here, we got two torque millimeter torque bolts, T25. So we got a T25 Torx, 1/4 inch drive. And pay attention that the plug is going to be facing towards the driver's side of the vehicle. Doesn't matter, you're going to see this anyway. So, I mean, if you put it on the opposite way, then you'll be in trouble. So, let's get our 2 bolts out over here. Be good to have a little extension on this to get this out of there. While I'm doing this, okay. Okay, as you see, there it is, the valve is coming out. Be careful not to drop that other screw. And there we have it. That's right here is the pintle. The computer controls that pintle to go forward, backwards, forward, and adjust the idle depending on what the engine needs. For instance, like if you actually, there's a sensor for power steering. If you turn the steering wheel, it actually puts a strain on the engine and it will bring the idle of the engine down. So the computer will control this, bring the idle up. Same thing with your air conditioning. Even if you cut on your headlights, your wipers, anything that puts a load on the engine which causes it to drop below a certain preset level, the computer is going to use this to bring it back up. Now what we're going to do is open up the new one. And also on this, you want to make sure that the O-ring is set in place, because if that O-ring is bad, the thing will leak air, and there you go, getting the code P0171 or 174. Maybe both, because this is in the center of the engine. Alright, so we got the new one here. I want to match them up. Everything is good. You notice the pintle, nice and clean, no problem. Brand new O-ring on it. So we're going to set the old one back in the box, so we ain't going to need that no more. And we're going to set this in there. And remember, keep the plug facing toward the driver's side. Like that. And we're going to put the bolts back in and tighten it up. So get the bolts back in, tighten it up, and join me when you're done. Alright, got our new idle air control valve in. Something I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, which I should have. Check your connector. You got 4 pins inside here. You want to make sure each of those pins are just about level with the plug itself and not set deep down in there, because it wouldn't be making a connection. You can do all the tests and the tests will come out good, but when you go to plug it up to the idle air control motor, that one pin might not be engaged, so the motor wouldn't work, and then you go setting the code again. So what we're going to do now is plug it up, hook up a scan tool, clear the check engine light, and we're good to go. Alright, again, you know, it's good to have some people to help you out. If not, do the best you can. All right, this is Timmy from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can.